What up, YouTube? Jeep and Bubba here, and well, I'm going to give you the February 2021 monthly update. So here's our monthly update video. I'm actually in the shop right now. You can see the Manchies behind me, LJ's next to me. Got a nice little TJ out there we're working on, but I got a customer showing up here in about 10-15 minutes, so I thought I'd do a quick update video before the shop got noisy and loud. We start doing some stuff here, and well, I usually do it in the office, but it's kind of chilly in the office today, and the sun shining through feels great. So I figured I'd go out in the shop, change up the scene a little bit for you guys. So what I want to cover real quick is the upcoming events. So Black Bear Off-Road Trail Team will be out at Windrock this month, 2 weekends from now. So the 20th and 21st. If you guys haven't heard, there's the Black Bear Off-Road Trail Team. It's a group you can join if you go on Facebook and go look up the Black Bear Off-Road. Just look up Black Bear Off-Road on Facebook, and then you can join our trail team. It doesn't cost anything. We don't spam you. It's just just a group that we have, and if we're going out riding and we're talking about riding, or if anybody needs anything, it's just a way for everybody to communicate. And we put events in there. We also put events on the Black Bear Off-Road Facebook page as well. But some of these events, some events like this one, the Windrock trip, they'll only be posted in the trail team because we're trying to keep the numbers a little bit smaller. Some events you'll just see posted on the regular Black Bear Facebook page. Hope that's not too confusing, but if you're on both, follow both, you can get all the information about events. Or you can just watch this if you're not on Facebook. So we're going to be going to Windrock the 20th and 21st. And so we'll be up there if you want to come hang out with us, ride with us, if you're just going to be in the area anyways. So the trail team's going to be riding on the 20th. I think I'm going to get up there that afternoon, camp Saturday night, and ride Sunday, all day Sunday. But that should be fun. There's also 2 more events coming up. In March, we're doing a trail cleanup at Dawson Forest, and then afterwards we're going to go to Nofo Brewery, and then which is in kind of in Dawsonville, North Forsyth area, and then we're going to do a Nemo Tunnel ride in April. But all 3 of those events are on Black Bear Off-Road's Facebook. If you need some more information, just email us at info@blackbearoffroad.com if you're not on Facebook. So that's about it as far as upcoming in-person events and things to expect from Black Bear Off-Road. Not really anything crazy going on here at Black Bear. We're cranking out some builds for customers, working on this Comanche, and the LJ is going back under the knife here shortly. I've got a pile of parts that needs to go on it. I'm going to be upgrading the fenders, going to be doing some maintenance that needs done, some ball joints, some bearings, some brakes, stuff like that. So I don't know if those videos will get out or not. Now, there is an update video I'm working on for the Comanche. We've done a lot to it, and there's a lot more that we want to do to it as well, but try to keep you guys up to date on how that build is going. One thing I was thinking about, and I'd love you guys' comments if you have any suggestions on videos. We were basically about 3 weeks ahead, where I was posting videos that are about 3 weeks to a month old because I had so many videos from going out and riding and doing adventures. And when I first started this channel, if you've seen that video, I basically made the channel so I can share my experiences. I feel like I get to do some fun, cool things, so I like to share that with everybody. And then, if you've seen since I moved back, I think I made a video where I was talking about we weren't doing as much because well, one, I was getting paid to do the stuff you guys were seeing before when I worked for JCR. And then some of them, not all of them, but like it was basically my job. But after hours, I mean after 5:30, I had plenty of time. Now, if you don't know my situation, although I've talked about it before, I'm basically working 6 days a week, 15, 16-hour days. I got 2 little kids, wife, all that good stuff, house that I maintain. Me and my wife maintain. But you know, like all those things that take your time. And anyways, so sometimes we get the time to go and do adventures, and sometimes it's like creating content just to create content, and that kind of bugs me because I would rather just be like sharing something that that like we planned or we wanted to do, versus like what video do I need to come up with for YouTube? Because I don't know if you guys know, but if you don't post a video every week, YouTube dramatically, well, they're already kind of messing with the metrics. I don't have everything figured out as far as like getting my videos in front of you guys or getting my numbers way up or any of those things, but like one thing's for sure: if you don't post every week, you get hit, you get slapped on the wrist next time you post a video. And I wish I had some of these algorithms figured out, because I posted some really cool videos that I think should be, you know, not viral, but like, you know, pretty big by my standards of views, and they'll just tank. And then I'll post something totally random, and they'll just, you know, get in front of I just like the right hashtags or the right thumbnail or title or whatever you want to say, and then or the right time of day, I don't know, but it'll hit. And anyways, I'll keep working on that stuff. But what I was gonna ask you folks, then make some comments down below, is what kind of videos would you guys like to see more of? Do you like when we film, when we go out on the trails? So would you like more of that? Would you like more install videos? I try to do reviews or install videos when I see that there isn't already a video that exists. So like, if I just see that there's not, I did a video about the exhaust and sound ending on the LJ, and those have both done really well, metrics wise. But I didn't know if that's stuff that you guys like to see, or you know, these update videos don't actually get tons of views, but it's usually almost exactly like about 100 people who will watch them, and I get a lot of comments on them, and I keep doing them because I know that those 100 views, those 100 people are usually subscribers, and they kind of want to know, like, what are the next videos coming up, what are the next things that we expect to see on the channel, and then they just get a general idea of like what's going on with me, and I try to keep people updated on Facebook and Instagram, as well as through the podcast that we do. But this is the easiest way for me to reach the YouTube subscribers, because, well, we're on YouTube. It's their platform. And there's a lot of people on YouTube, I've found, that just have like an email and don't really have any other social media platforms that they're on. By the way, I'm also on LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, it's kind of a place that's popping right now, for, you know, business professionals, things like that. So you can, but it's not just business stuff. So anyways, if you're on LinkedIn, add me. It's under my full name, Bradley Coron, and you can check that out. We can be friends on LinkedIn. Or if you're on TikTok, you know, hit me up as well under Jeep and Bubba. Anyways, so just let me know what kind of videos you would like to see, any suggestions, any trails you would like to see. We do have quite a list for this year, including Uwari, Nemo's Tunnel, doing the entirety of the Georgia Traverse, and I'd love to get back out west this year as well. So those are some of the things that we're going to be working on. An idea, or not idea, but something I was thinking about as well that I kind of wanted to share with you guys, and just kind of just to be open and honest and upfront, is, you know, my current setup is I own a landscape company with my brother-in-law. It's our family's business. My dad owned it for 28 years, and we've carried it on. Now we've been there, or the company's over 30 years old now, but it's I guess we've been running about 2.5 years, almost 3. Anyways, I do that, and it varies how long I'm doing it. It could be 3 days a week, 5 days a week. It always starts at 8, but I could be off by 1:30 like I was today, or I might not be done till 5. And then when I'm done there, I immediately come to the shop, right? And typically customers have dropped off vehicles, or they will be dropping off, or they're waiting on them, depending on what we're doing. And we're in the shop typically Monday through Thursday. I try not to schedule anything on Fridays. Try to get home to the family and I don't work on Saturday, and then Sundays I usually try to do something fun besides come to the shop, but sometimes I'm up here working too. But anyways, a lot of nights I'm here till 12 o'clock. I mean, I'm here late, putting in hours trying to get people's vehicles cranked out. That's not how it's always going to be here. And ideally, I love the fact, well, I would love to have a bigger shop, bigger retail space. I would love to have a media guy that did more like kind of somebody like to add parts and products to our website. So there's a lot more parts and products I want to add to the website, but it's just me and my wife that maintain that, and it just takes a lot of time for us to sit down and do that. Although we have been expanding our Amazon store, so if you go to blackbearoffroad.com/Amazon, you see that I've added some of my favorite. Basically, I went through all my camping gear, and I'm like, okay, so a lot of these people I can't sell through. I'm not a vendor for these people, but I added them to my Amazon store, so you can guys check that kind of cool stuff out. But I'd love to add more products to the website, and I'd also like to bring in someone else to film. I have a better experience wheeling when someone else is filming. Now, I don't mind like picking up the camera and getting some other angles, or like helping storyboard it, or like I'd be like, hey, film that or do this. But when I'm not worried about creating content the whole time I'm wheeling, it makes it a little bit more enjoyable experience, because I'm typically out there leading the trail rides, and I'm typically thinking like, hey, is this guy having a good time? Is his vehicle doing all right? Is my vehicle doing all right? Oh, what's the next line? Where are we going? I'm on Gaia looking like, oh, are we recording? Oh, there's a campsite. And there's just like a million things going on, and in the middle of that I'm like creating content. And so, I mean, I would love to hire someone full-time to come in and film, and while we're out on the trails, film stuff in the shop. And also, I'd love to, I have some ideas for some cool shirts besides just, I mean, I like these shirts with just like our logos on them and stuff like that, but I've got some cool ideas for like stickers, and I've got a ton of ideas, but I really need more people. I need to hire more people to get it all done, and I'm not in the space currently to, like, financially, I'm not even here full time yet. But I'm just telling you guys that, like, I guess I'm being as patient as possible with this, because I feel like I'm going to be doing this my whole life, and I just really don't want to rush well, if I won the lottery, it'd be fantastic to rush the process, right? And I made a post about that today on LinkedIn, but I was thinking about, if I won the lottery, what would I be doing? I mean, obviously there'd be some vacations I'd like to take, and there's some people I'd financially like to help and support, and donations I'd like to make, but like ultimately, if I had a good chunk of money, I would like to build a full parts meets REI meets Bass Pro Shop, sort of like a full-on off-road and overland center. 8, 10, 12 bays, huge retail area, all my favorite products and stuff, camping gear, knives, axes, shovels, recovery gear, ropes, bumpers. I mean, that would be super, super cool. And I love I love this business. Some days I'm like, do I really, opening the shop, I'm like, was kind of a dream, but I'm like, do I really want to be a shop owner? Because I love being around it. I love working on Jeeps, and I love building. I like taking, so I'm terrible at drawing, right, and painting, but I could see a vehicle, and that's kind of my canvas, and it's like, let's add this size lift and these wheels and tires, and work with people, and kind of, that's really fun. But there's a lot of headaches of owning your own business, especially when it's in its infancy, basically. I mean, we're 3 years old as a company, but we've been in this shop. We're closing in on a year, and there's just a lot of headaches. And as you get bigger, there's a lot of headaches too. But when you have very little finances, I mean, we've opened the shop without taking any kind of loans, and everything we've done is out of our pockets. And thankfully, we've had enough work to pay the rent and the light bill and that kind of stuff. But it's not like we're getting rich off the shop. And so but my point I'm getting to is, if I won the lottery and I had a ton of money, or I don't know how much money this lottery is. I don't even play the lottery. I mean, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. But if somehow like some money showed up, I mean, you would, to me, I would still want to be around it every day, like in a shop atmosphere, and to be out there and actually physically helping with builds. I mean, the other side of me, the other thought I would have is, besides opening a shop like that, it would be to create a media company, and the media company would create content like a magazine, whether that's online or print, videos, a channel. I love watching dirt every day. I don't know if you've seen that on the Motor Trend channel, but it's kind of like a off-road roadkill, if you've ever seen roadkill, where they'll like, buy an old Toyota and do a bunch of stuff to it and then take it on a trip, and maybe it breaks and they fix it along the way, or maybe it does great, and I just love that kind of stuff. I watch a lot of YouTube, watch a lot of overland videos and things like that, and I would love to produce that kind of content. Of course we do, and really what I'm saying is, I'm doing exactly what I would do. I mean, I'm already doing it, right? I'm creating content, I'm creating media, and I'm building vehicles. I'm already doing what I would do if I won the lottery, but I would love to do that on a huge, big scale. And I don't think you necessarily have to win the lottery to do that, but I have to remind myself to stay patient. Last year, I was just like, if I could just get a shop. And now I have these 2 bays and an office and a little bathroom, just a little 1,200 square foot building, and it's amazing. But sometimes when people show up, I can tell they're like looking for this big, huge building or this big retail area, and it's just like, we got the 2 bays, we have this garage, or people want me to be here 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and so as a business owner, I want it to be like the best experience that it could be for the customer. So I know when I've pulled up to shops when I was doing outside sales, sometimes I was like, oh, this place is kind of rough or whatever, and they might be building one of the coolest builds you've ever seen inside, and then sometimes you pull up and like, wow, this is a really nice retail area. OK 4-wheel drive is one of my favorite shops I've ever pulled up to, and it's just neat and clean, and all the stuff I want to buy, everything that's inside, and a really cool looking shop. And certain places were like that, and I always thought like, this would be the shop I would want to have. This is the place I'd like to run. And currently I'm in my hometown. I'm not far from my house, and I have a lot of great customers and a great customer base, and I just want to like improve on that. Like we have a small quick jack lift that we use, and then everything else is on jack stands. I'd love to have a 4-post lift and an alignment rack and all sorts of stuff like that. We still can do straight axle alignments here. We've got the tools to do it, and we've done all kind of stuff. We have a welder. Well, I don't want this to turn into an infomercial, but we can literally just do about anything on an off-road vehicle, and we've built some really cool stuff for customers. And I'm not ashamed of what I've got. I'm very proud that we were able to accomplish this. I've been saving parts and stuff for this shop for a long time. I had a tire mounter and balancer before we even opened our doors. I had a big compressor. I've had tools I've been buying since I got into automotive, and it's just, you always want to get bigger and better, right? And I'm not saying if I had the money or whatever that it would make me any happier, because I'm very happy with what I got. But I love, there's always got to be that. For some people, I think they dream about like houses or cars or relationships, or I don't know. But for me, I like to think about cool builds that I could build, and I like to think about like what would be the best shop, what would be a cool retail. I mean, I dream about my businesses and my builds and the things I'm passionate about. And as far as a house, I like to be in a cabin up in DeLong or in the mountains or something like that. I don't need anything big or whatever. Anyways, maybe leave some comments below too. If you guys won the lottery, what would you do with it? Don't get into like, well, I'd give my grandma $1,000. But would you keep working? Would you do open your own shop, or build cars, or start an overland channel, or because it'd give you some insight when you're thinking about that. That's probably what you should be doing, and you shouldn't really be letting money get in the way anyways. And that's kind of what eats me up sometimes. I'm just working, doing landscape, and I'm like, I really wish I was driving out to a national park, or I wish I was on a trip across Canada, or I wish I was going to Alaska, or man, I'd really like to build a mini truck, a Comanche, or I'd like to build a Tacoma, or man, I'd like to build an old C10 and do something different, do a hot rod, like I'd love to build a trailer and get a tow rig. Is that a cat walking in the background? Sure enough. That's funny. There's a cat hanging out underneath the Comanche. But that's, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way and think about that stuff too. But anyways, it's my plan to get to that point. Don't need to get famous, don't need to get rich, but I would love to get to a point where I could kind of, my dream was to have a shop. I have a shop. Now my dream shop is my dream, and I'd like to do a lot more of this channel. I had great support on this channel. I have great viewers and subscribers, and I really appreciate it. But I know that things could be filmed better, and I know that things could be edited better, and that's one of my shortcomings. And I've had people help me with it in the past, and I've had some people even ask me recently, or tell me recently, that they would maybe help me here or there if I needed it. So we might bring that in, and but anyways, eventually I'd like to hire someone full-time, and when I was at JCR, we had a guy named Cameron Gregory, called him Cam Bam, and he actually hand lettered some doors for the LJ for me. But super talented guy, and like he'd make like the designs for the shirts there, and edited videos, and did an awesome job on their website. And that's the kind of thing I saw his impact like at JCR. He's still there, he does a great job. But if I had a guy like that, I'd be like, hey man, I'm gonna be doing something that's sort of cool in the shop today. Could you film this and put together a video? Where a lot of times I'll skip that stuff and not post it for you because I got to get the job done. I got to get it out the door, and I got another one rolling in. And then sometimes when we're out wheeling, I'm like, oh, I really need to get out and film some B-roll, or I need to film this or do that. But I got a whole group with me, and if I had another vehicle or another camera guy or a drone, or sometimes I've got good footage, but it's like I'm not that great at editing, and I know there's tons of things you can do in editing. Well, I've brought video to Cameron before when I worked for JCR, and he would make a video, and the end product is like, dude, I never would have had that end product. So these are the things that one, you're going to get to witness and experience as you watch this channel, because you're going to see us grow. And if I go back and watch some of the old stuff, I've seen a huge improvement on how video quality and edits, and then sometimes we'll put some out and I'm like, that just doesn't feel like my best work. I feel like we could have done better. I feel like we could have done more. I like doing the campsite cocktail videos, but they don't get a ton of views, and sometimes stuff just doesn't. I've been kind of disappointed. Haven't really had a lot of views from our Black Bear off-road trip, or Black Bear Pass trip, and we really put a lot of effort into it, and it was a rough and hard trip, and it cost a lot of money, and we would have done it regardless of the trip. But sometimes I'm hard on myself. I want to do more, selfishly for myself, but also for you guys, and there's a lot more that I'd like to produce and do, and we will. So hang in there with us and watch along, and I'd love some comments on if you got any ideas or any feedback or whatever. Feel free to leave those down below. Let's throw a bunch of comments on this video for those that have watched. But I just want to kind of talk about those stuff. Sometimes I'm like, is anyone going to actually sit there and listen to this whole thing? But it's kind of in my brain and in my heart, and I want to get it out. And I might cover this. I'll repeat this maybe in a podcast, but I just wanted to kind of get it out to YouTube so you guys can see it. It's funny and sad, but I can post a video on TikTok, and it could not even be a good video. I get 300, 400, 500 views, and then if I put up together something that's actually interesting or funny, I mean, we've had videos have 600,000 views. I have one video that had 600,000 views, and I had a couple 75,000, 100,000, and I've never had a YouTube video do that. But this is my favorite platform to post on. Like, it's my favorite platform to view things and see things. Like I love watching lifestyle. Oh, I've said all this before, but like I really like watching Venture Forward, and there's been a lot of different shows I've been watching on YouTube, and it gets me excited. It gets my juices flowing. Like, hey, I might like to go out and check out that place and do a ride, or I'll see a build. Like, man, I'd like to build something like that someday. So that's why I post on YouTube, and I don't mind if I get low numbers, because this channel is kind of also documenting the process of my experiences off-roading, my experiences in the industry, and it'll be fun to look back on 5 or 10 years from now. And I've had thoughts before of not having a shop and going full time with YouTube, of building an over-the-road overland rig, and just going out and doing it full time and saving the money, or maybe doing it for 6 months or a year. And that's not to say I might never do that, or maybe the real dream would be to have the shop and then have a good shop manager where I could go a week at a time or 2 weeks at a time and go out and do that. And that's all long term. I got to be patient. I hope you guys are patient enough to hang along with me for that. You're pretty patient if you watch this far in the video, so I'm sure you'll hang around for the next couple of years to see all that stuff kind of unfold. But anyways, if you got some ideas, maybe I should get a big business loan. Maybe I should get a venture capitalist to come in, or an investor, maybe a business partner. Maybe I should throw out some ads saying, do you want to intern and make videos for us? These are all great ideas. My time is super limited. So if you guys got any experience with any of this stuff, shoot me a comment, shoot me an email, say what's up. But that's just something I've been thinking about. Not really down on it, I'm actually really positive. The channel itself, we've had since this time last year. Yesterday was Super Bowl. We went live last year during the Super Bowl, and I asked if you guys could subscribe and tell people to subscribe, because we were just at about 1,000 subscribers, and now we're over 1,700. So it took me 3 years to get to 1,000, and in the same year, or in about 1 year, we've added 700 more subscribers, which that's not a huge number compared to other channels, but for me, I think that's amazing. That we're closing in on doubling in a little over a year. Probably a couple months from now, we'll be at 2,000. So, in a 14-month, 15-month window to double your subscribers is awesome. So I'm really happy with that. We've had more views than ever. The channel started to actually generate some revenue. We're making about 40 to 50 bucks a month, which pays out. I think we've gotten paid out twice now, a couple $100, and that's not a lot of money, but it's huge for this channel, because I don't want to take money out of my own finances or out of the shop's finances to buy new cameras. This, what you're watching on right now, is actually a new cell phone I got. It's the Samsung S21 Plus. So it's got a lot better sensor in it, so we can take better pictures and videos. This year we bought a DJI Osmo gimbal, and we also bought their little camera, and it's like a little 1080 camera on a little stick, and it's really good. So those things come out of our pocket to make videos, our editing software, and then some of the trips that we do are in mind to get some content. So just any kind of funds that come in are really helpful. We do have a Patreon account, but I think I only have like 1 or 2 Patreons right now. And shout out Shelby. Thanks, Shelby, for being on my Patreon. Russ has had my back since day one. Adventure Russ. And but anyways, I really don't want to monetize my audience. In fact, I kind of want to do the opposite. I want to bring you guys that quality entertainment. Like I would love for what you guys to watch to be as good a quality as just about any TV show you would go watch. That's not where we're at, and I want to do that absolutely for free because I like entertaining people. You know, sure, I would love for everyone who watches this, if they're thinking about buying off-road products, to check out our website or maybe buy them through us. Hit us up, see if we can, if you live close by, can we do some services for you? But that wasn't why we made this channel, and it's not really in my heart to try to monetize my audience. It's actually, I just want to entertain, make you laugh. At the end of the day, just kick your feet up, maybe have a cold refreshment, and then just watch something that's either maybe funny or informative. And I don't know about you guys, but if you're someone who likes watching YouTube videos, and probably are, you're watching this, when I finally get some time to watch TV, I'm like, okay, I want to watch. I'm 3 behind on watching Chris's videos, and I'm 2 behind on Lifestyle Overland, and then what are they doing on this channel? And I'm going through stuff and watching, and I enjoy that. So if I'm in your lineup, I really, really appreciate that. And so we're going to keep trying to bring you quality videos and content, and we appreciate you guys. So that's kind of the update for now from Black Bear Off-Road here in Buford. I'm Jeep and Bubba. And guys, don't forget, this is crucial, to eat your prunes. I don't know if you've seen, but Sun Sweets prunes just made little individually wrapped prunes, and they're really good. And you can just keep them in your pocket and have them on you at all the times. In fact, I got a couple in my office I think I might tear into just here shortly. But I hope you have an adventure planned for your future. Hopefully we'll see you at Windrock or Dawson Forest or a event coming up soon. Hope you're safe out there. And as always, we'll be seeing you.